Well,
About Facebook. Can you make sure Facebook's good? Okay.
all right. So we are now live on YouTube. All right. So little behind the scenes scoop to the Facebook guys that YouTube did not get. I apologize for that, but we are here ready to conquer the marketing world.
Yeah, man. Let's get going.
Once again, we're going to talk marketing. So you guys on YouTube, thank you for being here. And you guys on Facebook, I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, I have the YouTube open right here. So go ahead and leave them. Last time that we did a live stream, we had a lot of questions come in. And I didn't get to see them all. But now, if you guys are here, we're probably going to be here for the next half an hour answering your questions. We got some questions that the coach has put together here from what we've been seeing on social media. And we're going to take them up right now. And we're going to help you guys get the data that you need to find out what's working right now. There's a lot of opportunity right now. We're going to talk about that. And let's get started with the first question, Coach.
All right. So the first one is from Robert Zen. He says, would you post the same content across all platforms, but just edit to fit the platform?
Yes. Next question.
So part of that, he's saying, like, you know, would you do like short highlights for Facebook, or would you, create one long one and then cut it up?
Oh, okay. So the word that I like to use here is omnipresence. I want to be in as many places as possible, especially as you're desperately trying to get attention. Some people, like, for example, Elon Musk, he uses one platform. Basically, he's on Twitter all the time. He doesn't need to be anywhere else because his name is Elon Musk. But you, if you're trying to build a brand, if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to get attention, you need more attention. And if you need more attention, because your name is not Elon Musk, and you haven't come up with a revolutionary brand that happens to be one of the most valuable companies in the world, which happens to be the most valuable vehicle company in the world at this point, then you need to be everywhere. Omnipresence is the name of the game. And every single platform presents to you not only opportunities, it presents to you individual opportunities within the platform itself. For example, Instagram is not just Instagram. Instagram is Instagram TV, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, Newsfeed. They have a lot, and they're all different. And the crazy thing is that a lot of people that are on Instagram, they only consume a certain type of content. Many people only do stories. Many people only do reels. Example is my wife. My wife is only doing reels all night. Whenever she wants to do social media, she only does Instagram reels. So if you're not focusing on creating content on reels, you're missing out on capturing her attention. There's many people that only consume content on YouTube, so you gotta be there too. Every single platform has different formats, different opportunities, different audiences, and your job is to try to capture as many of them as possible, because that's how you earn business. That's why we're here at AGM, right? The Ninja Lab.
And to answer that one part of the question, which is, can they do one long content? I would say yes. No, you could do like a long content, and if you can chop it up into making shorter videos and then share it across the other platforms.
Yeah, we've had some success doing that. There are brands that we work with. For example, my father's brand, his content, which we have a channel, which is a really big channel on YouTube and across social media platforms. Well, some of you guys already know that my dad is no longer with us. He passed away this year. But we took away his content. We took his content from his YouTube channel, and we are breaking it into different parts. And on TikTok, it has taken off. It has done really, really, really well. And what we do is that we take a 6-minute video, an 8-minute video, and we split it into several parts. And those videos has taken off. In a matter of 3 months, we've been able to take that TikTok channel from 0 to 640,000 followers, just like that, with a lot of attention. Now, we use the same concept on Instagram Reels. Mm-hmm. It did not work. So every single platform is different. On Instagram Reels, there's a lot of opportunity there, but the concept that we applied on TikTok did not work. So what we did on Instagram Reels is that we took some of my data, and it will be a great exercise for you guys to see what we're talking about here. We actually took his content and we split it into parts, and we were getting 20, 50, 100 views every single time. So now, instead of doing that, because we were not getting any traction, we actually took my dad's vertical videos that he made for me over the years, and we took those on Instagram Reels, and they started taking off.
Yeah.
100,000 views, 150,000 views. You guys can check that out. It's called Metabolismo TV on Instagram. You check it out on TikTok, and you're going to see the difference in what we're talking about here.
Yeah, so every platform has their own little, nuance or their differences. So the short answer is like the first thing that you said. Yes, post everywhere. So if you can, if you have some time, then make some unique content for each one. But at the same time, you can also, like Manuel was saying, you can use the content and share it across the different platforms.
So one is better than nothing. One is better than zero.
Yeah.
So if you get attention, a little bit of attention on one platform, you're going to be able to get more business. And the more that you are putting yourself out there, the more opportunities you have to capture somebody that's going to be able to buy your product and hire you for your services.
Okay. All right. So Nicole is asking, how do I get on TikTok for selling my jewelry from Paparazzi accessories? I think what she's saying that she sells jewelry accessories. So how does she get on TikTok to start selling this kind of stuff?
All right. So were we not getting audio on this whole thing? Huh? Oh, okay. All right.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, got it. So can you repeat Nicole's question?
Yeah, so she has basically a jewelry accessory business. So she's saying, how do I get on TikTok so I can start selling this stuff that she sells?
Okay. Do you want to answer that or you want me to?
Yeah, well, there's two ways, right? Organic and paid ads. So it depends on, how you're asking here. For the organic side, you can talk about that. And I have experience running the TikTok ads on the ad side of things. So you just have to go to the business manager for TikTok and create an account. And you can actually link your TikTok business account to it, or you can just create straight right there in the ads manager. They let you create the page or the account that you want to run the ad. So
you can't run supplements, right?
It's hard, but it's very hard. But yeah,
you haven't got a Natural Slim approved, right?
No.
Why?
I ran it for a little bit, and then they keep flagging you. They just said that it's like I forgot the exact wording, but basically like a high risk type of product.
High risk type of product. So anything political, you're not going to be able to run it there.
Right.
Supplements, they have some restrictions similar to what Facebook has. So make sure that you are advertising a product that TikTok will be okay with it, and then you can use that. In my side of the equation, which I'm a little bit more into the world of organic too, TikTok has been the fastest growing platform for some of the accounts that we manage here.
Yeah.
Dr. Berg, the way that I want to describe this is, if you have a superpower, meaning you have the ability to produce content, to educate, to provide value. I don't know if you can follow me with the camera, but I need to close that door right there, which is really annoying because these guys are really loud. You want to close it yourself? Okay, great. If you have the ability to produce content, to educate, to give people information of value that is going to make them feel interested in your product or service, which will eventually bring you more attention, then TikTok, you have to be on that platform. And it's a big opportunity. Depending on your niche, for example, Dr. Berg is weight loss, supplements, energy, etc. He took off. His TikTok went from 0 to 500,000 in a matter of 3 months, something like that. Incredible attention. Now, he is a unicorn. His YouTube channel has 5.6 million subscribers on it. I did the same thing with my dad content, with his YouTube channel, I took his content from YouTube and I took it into TikTok, and it blew up also. It took off in a big way. We have another account, which is also Latin America, which he's also a health expert. He took off also in a big way. I have seen artists, I have seen designers, I have seen all kinds of different brands take off in a big way. I got a friend of mine who's been a follower for many years. He hasn't been able to take off on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, but he started doing a TikTok channel talking about health and fitness. Fitness is his thing, going to the gym and different work routines, and he took off and went viral. Artists, people like 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡, for example, he doesn't take off in other places.
Your friend from Puerto Rico, the Doc, the doc, he has like the acupuncture, same thing. He started doing organic content on
It
TikTok.
starts taking off.
Taking off.
So it is the opportunity right now to leverage a platform that is just getting started and the people are consuming the content and it's going to help you attract attention. So if you can be on that platform, you should jump all over the opportunity. If you are a content unicorn, if you're somebody that knows how to provide value, how to educate, how to nurture, how to provide step-by-step instructions on how to resolve your body, then you definitely want to be a part of TikTok. Resolve your body, resolve your conditions, resolve, beauty, designing, acupuncture, chiropractics. Doesn't matter what that is. You want to be a part of TikTok because it's going to help you get more results.
And as going back to the question, as a business owner on TikTok, you want to be sharing behind the scenes. So you're shipping. How do you maybe choose your jewelry accessories that your question was about? Like anything that you can do with behind the scenes, and it doesn't have to look like an ad, it's just like you're letting people into your world. That kind of content works really well.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the next one. So this is from Christian Aarons. He sent in an email to you, and he says, I saw an Instagram TV video from Manuel where he said, one needs to bring in identities into central files like ManyChat. He's saying, is ManyChat then a central file, or does the data of persons have to be extracted from ManyChat to something like MailChimp or Constant Contact, Klaviyo, etc., because I want to be able to control it and not have it taken away from me?
Okay. All right. So
a little bit of a long question, but I think you got it, right?
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So Dante, if you can make sure that the whole screen is visible here. Can they see it here? All right. This is ManyChat right here. I'm a big fan of the platform, and I have been for many years, and I have been educated on what this platform is all about because it originally was a platform to generate subscribers on Messenger. You would actually be able to do a Facebook ad, and bring people into Facebook Messenger. And ManyChat was the way that you would integrate and connect these two worlds, Facebook and Messenger. It was a middleman. Over the years, the platform got matured, it got developed, and it became more of a CRM, customer relations management software. So now, today, this platform right here is more of a lead generation machine and a lead nurture machine. You can bring people from Facebook or Instagram. You can bring people with QR codes. For example, you can have something like this, in which whenever somebody comes in to our brick and mortar store, all right, we have a QR code. Things like this, flyers, promotional materials. If you're an Amazon seller and you know how to sell products on Amazon, well, you could have a QR code on every single product, which, by the way, I happen to think that QR codes right now are one of the hottest things in the subject of marketing. Why? Well, it's called COVID-19. COVID-19 has conditioned everybody to get used to stop touching things and simply pull out their phone and scan things. Because what you do right now when you go to a restaurant, and you guys throughout the entire world, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you go to a restaurant, you don't even get menus anymore. You have a little paper on the table that says, here's your menu, scan the code. You pull out the phone, you press on the camera button, you point and shoot, and the phone recognizes that as an actual clickable thing. And it pops up a click here now, and then you click on it, and it lands you on whatever you want to set up. So if you want to generate leads on steroids, ManyChat is the way to go about it, because ManyChat scan QR codes, redirect links, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads and YouTube videos, organic content. You can have ads that are going to help you get people into the platform. And the magical thing about it is now that Facebook Messenger is now just a part of the equation. The world of ManyChat is a multi-channel world. And it's composed of Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, DM, SMS, which are text messages, email, and last but not least, WhatsApp. So when you set up this thing, and I apologize for my terrible handwriting, when you set up ManyChat correctly, you can create conversations with people in all these 5 platforms that are going to help you bring people in, and you can say, hey, thank you for being here. I'm going to deliver the resource that I promised. Before I do so, I want to make sure that I got your correct information. Is this your phone number below? Oh, thank you very much. Okay, good. So I'm ready to send it to you. Please give me your email so I can actually get that over to you there to ensure that you don't get this resource lost. Resources, mini courses, lead magnets, all those things that you can do it with ManyChat. So there is a learning curve in the platform, but it's actually quite simple and it's very user-friendly to do, dragging and dropping and creating flows and funnels. I'm not a coder myself. I'm not into building websites. That's not my thing. I'm a marketer. I have people that are better than me in this particular subject. But on the subject of ManyChat, it is a customer relation management software. You bring people into your world. You nurture them. You extract information from them, and you're able to communicate to them consistently and send them text messages and Instagram messages and Facebook messages and emails and all that stuff in one central platform. You see what it says over here? Turn conversations into conversions. Turn conversations into conversions. Automate two-way interactive conversations in Instagram, direct messages, Facebook Messenger, and SMS to grow your brand. That's the big focus right now. It says over here that you can even sign up for some free training and a bunch of other things, right? So actually, this says get 90 days of Instagram DM automation free. Wow, that's cool. So they're really pushing this whole like building an omnipresent multi-channel system that you can actually use Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all these platforms to bring people into your world. So now you can nurture and provide communication, which I like to say, Jorge, that this is the opportunity of this iOS 14 world. Right. That right now we have people that are not able to follow up on that journey because they have, a lot of people have actually opted out of tracking. And because so, they have opted out. Whenever somebody goes to a website, you don't know what's happening over there. Right. So this is a middleman over here because you're allowed to extract the information, and now you can continue building a relationship with these people.
And would you recommend hooking that up to extract the email and pass it over to, let's say, your Klaviyo or your Constant Contact or whatever it is?
That's a great question. You're the Chief Marketing Officer at AGM. What do you think? I know you can answer that one.
Yes. So the original part of the question was like, should I get this out of ManyChat so that I can have a little bit more control over it? And yeah, I mean, it's just a backup. ManyChat, like Manuel was explaining, there's different parts of it. One part is the email, one part is the subscriber. So even if your page goes down, you still have the email and the SMS that you've been collecting that you can keep using. But we always like to back everything up and pass it on. We on ManyChat, there's a easy integration with Klaviyo that you can set up. Or Klaviyo. How do you guys say it, actually?
I think it's Klaviyo.
Klaviyo. I think it's the Latino in us that we keep saying Klaviyo.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as it communicates.
You guys get it. So the point is...
My kids make fun of me all the time and my accent, but they understand me.
So do I.
Oh, so do you, right?
So the point is, guys, you just do the easy integration with the Klaviyo inside ManyChat, and you pass on all your information over there so that you can have it as a backup.
All right, let's ask these guys on YouTube and Facebook. Is it Klaviyo, or is it Klaviyo? You tell us, guys, what your thoughts are. I have Michael
we have somebody
Eastman.
over here on... Oh, go ahead over there.
Well, it's a... Go ahead and you say.
I have somebody over here on Instagram saying that's the way to go. Need to build your own audience list. So that's right.
That's right. Michael Eastman says, do you use TikTok Shopping Pilot? You know what that is?
The TikTok Shopping Pilot? Well, there's an app that integrates with Shopify that makes your videos shoppable. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. Or if they came out with some sort of a commerce, like similar to Instagram and Facebook Shops that now integrates inside the app. I haven't seen that one.
Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know the answer to that one. I'm not familiar enough with it to answer.
Yeah.
So as soon as Coach figures it out, we'll come back and answer that one.
We'll get back to you, Michael. All right. You have another one? You want to go to the next one?
Go to the next one.
Okay. From Steinhauer, I think that's his name. I think this is one of our students. So he's asking, how well does Cappy convert? Is there another way to measure ad success? So,
what's Cappy?
Yeah, let's clarify. Cappy is the conversion API. So it's basically a piece of code that's going to connect from Facebook to wherever you're installing your Facebook tracking code. Let's just use Shopify as an example. That's what most of our audiences is following us. They do e-commerce. They use Shopify, right? So Shopify, you can install an app like, let's say, Trackify that lets you synchronize your Facebook code back to your Facebook Ads Manager. And so all it is it's sending extra data so that you can track extra, or you can track conversions better. And it's just another way after the iOS 14 that it's just one of the tools that we're using to track results better. So my answer to you is yes, always use Cappy. Anything you can use to leverage or have a little extra advantage over zero data with iOS 14 nowadays, then you should be doing that. You should be doing Cappy. You should be doing another thing that's called offline conversion. So there's a way to send back the data that's happening on let's say all the purchases that are happening on your Shopify store, you can pass that on to Facebook, and they'll track it as an offline conversion. So even if it started from your ad, they go to your store, they purchase, didn't track anything because the person opted out, right? This is a way to feed that data back to Facebook so that they can then, on their back end, track it back to your ad somehow. So that could be by way of your name, your email address, your phone number, something. They got everything on us.
All right, that's good. That's good. Cappy sounds like captain or like the name of a friend of mine. It's a nickname. It's a nickname.
Yeah.
Like Cappy.
Like
El Cappy. All right, that's cool. All right, so somebody took the ninja out of our seat, out of our desk. We're putting him back here because this is where he belongs. All right.
Okay.
What do we got?
Next one. So Sunil Patel. So this is a comment on YouTube. It says, I want to schedule my social media for a month, as well as I want to grow in my account related to kids products. I posted 27 posts with reels and stories, but I only have 3 followers. I want to know which type of content I have to create to engage our audience.
Okay. By the way, guys, if you want to get your questions answered, please leave them in the comments. Leave them in the social media platforms, whether that's Facebook or YouTube, and we'll get to them. We'll use some of your questions for our Q&As.
Yep.
Coach and I are jumping on Q&A sessions once a week, so we'll try to get these questions answered and keep you guys moving forward. In the meantime, can you please do us a favor and engage, comment, share this live episode and help us reach more people. That we're on a mission of helping small businesses succeed in this environment. All right? Thank you for being here again. So
basically, yeah, they want to know, like, they've been posting, but they only have 3 followers. So how do they grow, and how do they get more people to engage, which is also going to help them grow?
Yeah, so I would have a couple of questions about, before I answer this intelligently. He says,
right, missing some data.
We're missing data, right? I want to schedule my social media for a month, as well as I want to grow in my account. It's related to kids products. I posted 27 posts with reels and stories, but we have only 3 followers. Okay, so I need you guys to understand what it takes to succeed in the social media world. 27 posts is not the answer to that question, first and foremost. If you look at it, let's see if we can zoom in on this thing that I'm going to show you, Dante. And Dante's going to try his best to zoom in on this. All right, so this is my Instagram. All right, he's trying. I'm actually going to get closer. You tell me when you can see it, okay? I'll show them over there in a second. You see them? Okay, can you zoom in to the quantity of posts that I have on my Instagram profile? You see that? Okay, so 3,054 posts on my Instagram profile. If you're looking at what it takes to succeed in the social media world, how many times 27, right? Well, let's go to Instagram over here. 3,000 posts, over 3,000. This is on the on my Instagram profile. You can't really think about how many does it take you to succeed. You got to just close your eyes and get to work and do it until you win. Every successful champion out there has gone through a route that has been generally pretty damn long. You look at Michael Jordan, one of the greatest athletes, if not the greatest athlete of all time. Would you agree he's the greatest, or do you think?
Athlete or basketball player?
Athlete of all time.
How about Michael Phelps, man?
No, come on, dude.
Come on, look at all those gold medals.
It's a pothead, man. All right? Michael has no connection with drugs.
Gambler?
That I know of.
He's a gambler?
He's a gambler, but he's still the greatest athlete of all time. It's a questionable thing, all right? So he lost many times before he actually won a championship. You might not know this, but from 1983 to 1991, he was an absolute loser year after year. 8 years of losing every single year. Greatest player of all time. Greatest basketball player of all time. Every single one of these guys have a story, right? Like, I think Tom Brady's first year was 1-15 or something like that, terrible, right? So it's very rare to start a game and just dominate and just win. You gotta be willing to travel the long road. So the one thing that I would tell you, this is Sunil Patel. First of all, thank you for asking your question. The one thing that I would tell you is you gotta be willing to play the long road because it does take time. I can give you many examples of this. My father, he actually created 2,300 episodes. 2,300 complete YouTube episodes, every single one of them on a different subject. It took us about maybe 300 or 400 videos before we actually started taking some traction. For a good amount of time, my dad felt like he was a crazy old man talking to a camera where nobody was paying attention. So when you tell me, Sunil, that you have 27 posts and you got 3 followers, I tell you, Sunil, why don't you think about 2,700 posts before you think about 27 and pulling the plug on it? The social media roadmap is not an overnight roadmap. It takes time. But let me promise you something. It is worth every single energy that you put into it. If you look at ourselves, what we have here, I have a brand, which some of you guys might be familiar with, called Natural Slim. We are delivering services and products to the Latin American community across the world. We're really big in the USA. We're gonna probably do over $75 million in revenue just in 2021 worldwide. That all started with this crazy old man talking to a camera for 300 or 400 episodes without nobody paying attention. So if you wanna win in this game, I want you guys to understand what it really takes to succeed. My experiences at AGM Marketing here over the years has been the ones that fail don't have the patience to persevere in this world. The ones that win, they actually have the ability to just hold their breath as long as possible and stay above water and keep on putting their energy and their heart into it because they believe their content, their information, their products, their services can make somebody else better. If you really believe in your brand, in your products, you just keep on going until eventually you start catching some fire and then off you go. So just think about the long term. There's no better answer that I can give you than just, it's a long haul, man. It's a long haul. It's worth every single penny, every single moment that you dedicate to it. It's gonna be worth it because now, in my case, I have a lot of freedom. I can work or not work, but it wasn't overnight. It took us many, many years and a lot of energy and a lot of learning and a lot of implementation and a lot of lessons to get to where we're at today. What would you say, Coach?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the only thing I could add to that is, with specifically the part of your question is how can I get them to engage more? 2 things. I mean, you can ask more questions and use like maybe some polls and things like that to kind of jumpstart that engagement from people. But in the end, it's just going to be volume, and you have to penetrate through this noisy social media world and just level up. So keep going, 10x it.
This is an important question. It really is. For those of you guys that don't feel you have a superpower, an ability to communicate, there is still hope. But your strategy must be different. If you are an e-commerce seller and you don't want to be in front of a camera talking, you don't want to be providing content, you don't want to be educating, you don't want to be nurturing, then your game has to be generating leads, generating attention, so you can actually do a contest, flash sales, you can do all kinds of different lead magnets, resources, freebies, giveaways, things like that to generate attention towards your brand. And if you get enough attention, leads, prospects on emails, phone numbers, you will be able to generate revenue, especially with a good email line and a good text messaging line in place.
Cool. Let's go on to the next one. So the next question you almost answered there, or somewhat you did, but he's asking, it's from Ramis. He's asking, what strategy can I use to bring more people onto my email list and to my ManyChat? Any strategies that you suggest to do?
Bring more people into ManyChat
and grow his email list.
Okay, good. So let's do that. Let's go over that. There's a missing white remote, Dante. Can you get it for me?
Oh.
It should be here always. There we go. Okay, good. So I'm gonna draw this out on the whiteboard, and I'm gonna tell you what are the dominating strategies to get attention so you can get leads, prospects, emails, phone numbers, identity to service. The name of the game right now in iOS 14 apocalyptic world, the world in which we're going back into traditional advertising, which is something that I want to make sure that you guys all understand. We are going back to the way that marketing was actually done in the 1980s, 1970s, even 1990s, in which there was no tracking. Tracking is disappearing off the face of the earth. It's going away completely, all right? What do I mean by that? Well, iOS 14 is actually something that Apple released, a software upgrade that presents to people a very easy and seamless opportunity for them to opt out of tracking. I can tell you one thing. People are opting out at rates that are insanely high whenever somebody opens up an app, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, whether that's like Google Chrome, whether that's like TikTok, or it doesn't matter what it is. Whenever they open up the app, people are opting out of tracking, which means that you don't know what happens when somebody goes from Facebook or YouTube into your website. You're blind. The strategy for iOS 14 in this year now and moving forward is lead generation. There's an old marketing adage, and that adage says, the money is in the list. What does that mean? Let's get the ninja out of here now because he might be in the way. The ninja comes to life at night, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen like Night at the Museum, but the ninjas here are Night at the Museum. I actually have it on camera, guys. I'm not kidding. So the way that you generate leads on steroids is we're coming up with a strategy. It's how powerful it is to do things that are going to help people get value from your brand. So let me write down my top lead gen strategies. I would say my number one, it really does depend whether you have a superpower, you're a content creator, and you have the ability to provide value to people and get them to fall in love with you. But generally, this is the sequence that I like to incorporate. Let's say that you have an e-commerce brand and you're trying to sell products. Well, you have contests. You can choose whatever platform that you want to choose. And I think after this, Jorge, we might be wrapping it up soon. Yep. We have contests that you can run to try to get people a product, a month worth supply, an entry into a gift card from Amazon, $100 free of something. This is going to help you generate leads. I use ManyChat for this particular thing, ManyChat, M-A-N-Y-C-H-A-T, or you can use anything that you want, ClickFunnels. Any of these platforms will help you create a contest in the platform itself so you can generate attention. 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗡?
𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗡.
𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗡 is another one that is actually quite effective. You guys want to check it out, 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗡.com. You got to pick one, learn it, and get it done. Contest. Flash sales. If you're an e-commerce brand, whenever we run flash sales, what happens when you run flash sales?
We get an increase in sales.
You get an increase in sales. People love specials. They love discounts, as evidenced by Black Friday, Memorial Days, Labor Days, etc. People go crazy at the mall because they feel like it's scarcity, right? It's a scarcity effect.
Yeah.
It's like, things are going to run out and everybody's going to take advantage of the sales, and they're not, right? So flash sales are important. Lead, I'm going to call this resources. Resources are finding individual things that you can give away. And here's a tip about this. If you have an ebook that's 178 pages, nobody wants it. Nobody. Nobody has time to sit down and study your extremely valuable, but potentially boring for them, 178-page ebook. Instead of doing that, grab one page or two from that ebook and structure a 5-step formula to accomplish something, or 3 steps to grow an organic garden, or whatever you want to do. And you can do a resources campaign to get people to opt in and get phone numbers and get emails. One of my favorite ones is mini courses. Mini courses is creating a series of videos. This could be actually written, or it can be in video, in which you're actually getting people a step-by-step in 4 or 5 steps to show them how to do something. For example, I created creating simple Facebook ads that work mini course, and I launched that as a lead generation strategy, and I showed people for free the basics, and in exchange I would get phone numbers and emails, and along the way that would help me sell more services whenever they were ready to take the next level. Mini course is a big one. Another one is quizzes. One of my favorite ones. People love quizzes. You can actually create them very easily. They can be done inside ManyChat. For example, if you go to m.me/the-ninja-marketer and you type in, this is my messenger channel, and you type in the word quiz, you will be able to see a quiz delivered inside ManyChat. If you guys want to create one on an outside website, that's also very, very easy. People really enjoy quizzes. There's this guy called Ryan Levesque. He focuses only quizzes, and he's been providing content on that subject for a long time. You guys can check him out. It's called the Ask Method, I believe is what it's called. And he has quizzes that he helps you create that are going to provide value in regards to your brand and give people an answer. For example, in Natural Slim, we have something called La Prueba del Metabolismo, metabolism test. At the end of that quiz, you're going to know what percentage your metabolism is operating at. So this particular response, if I say, look, traditionally human beings are operating at 80% at your age, but you, based on your answer, your metabolism is operating at 62%. So we have the solution for that, and we want to give you guys the information so you can make an informed decision to help you take that metabolism up to 80%. Quizzes on different subjects, whether that is on whatever that may be, supplements or health or accounting or real estate, you can come up with a series of questions and potential answers, A, B, C, D options, and at the end of it say, hey, you guys scored 8 out of 10. And let me give you what the basics are, what you missed, or what the next level is, whatever it is.
And don't make it more than 10 questions long, yeah? You agree with that?
Yeah, well, my dad's metabolism, I was just going over that this morning, all right? We have a quiz in Messenger now, in ManyChat. We've had it for many years, for about 20 years actually, on our naturalslim.com website. We are now on ManyChat. We integrate the same thing. It's actually 50 questions. 50 questions. But people get through it because they stay interested. And you know what happens at the end of it, Jorge? How qualified are these people now?
Very qualified. If you get through that, you're committed.
Actually, we already got
a pain point.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but we already got feedback.
Yeah.
The people in Puerto Rico, because we're running this in USA now, the people in Puerto Rico, they already told Alan, who's our Natural Slim account manager, that the people that are completing the quiz are extremely qualified and they want more of it.
Nice.
They get through an entire quiz.
Makes sense.
A video is presented at the end. They're introduced to the system, and now they're like, oh, I get it. You guys did great educating me. I feel like I'm ready to take the next level. So the more, this is an important marketing stable datum way of operating. the more hoops you make somebody jump through, the more qualified they become. If you are doing a very easy way for them to opt in, these people are going to be lower quality. The more you make them jump through hoops, the higher the cost of the lead is going to be the higher, but the more qualified they will be to take you up on whatever offers you have going on. So it's important to understand that thing. Making people jump through hoops will increase your cost per lead, but it will also dramatically increase your cost, your conversion rate on these people, because they're going to be more qualified to buy your products and services. So contests, flash sales, resources, mini courses, quizzes. What am I missing here, Jorge?
The growth tools, maybe?
Well,
QR codes?
Well, they're all like, well, QR codes and growth tools are things that get
More
you
tactical.
into this.
Okay.
They get you into this, right? If you can have a QR code that gets you into this, or this, or this, or this, or this, right? So if you create a QR code, you say, you know, go ahead and scan this code, and I'm going to introduce you into our weekly flash sales, right? So they scan the QR code. This is at the entrance of AGM here. This one over here, what does it do, Jorge? What does this one do?
That's a QR code opens up the Instagram.
So whenever somebody comes in, we say, follow us on Instagram. And they pull out the phone, and it opens up Instagram directly. Should we do a live demonstration?
Let's do it. Let me see.
On that side, you do it on that side, because they can see you. See if we can get it to scan.
Okay, ready?
Is he ready?
Yep.
Did it read? Did it already read?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my God, it opened up Instagram? No way. So that really worked? Whoa. Okay, that's cool. All right. It says that we're live, by the way. So these things actually are, QR codes are things that you can actually set up to get people into any of these flows. By the way, if you guys have no clue as to how to get a QR code set up, Mr. Google knows so much. He's the know-it-all of the world. So if you want to say QR code software, QR code website, you're going to be able to create one yourself. But inside ManyChat, all right, ManyChat.com, you are able to actually create QR codes inside the platform that you can connect anything that you build out, like a contest, a flash sale, a resource, a mini course, a quiz, any of these things, you can connect them with that QR code and just promote it everywhere. We had an event that we went to a couple of years ago in Austin, Texas, Jorge, myself, and our team, and we went to Austin and we had shirts with QR codes, and we said, scan here to get a case study on how we blew up a list to 700,000 subscribers in a matter of a year, something like that, right? People will scan it and they will opt into our flow. So QR codes, all kinds of ninja strategies could be created for this particular thing.
And one thing I can add for you guys as a tip for this resource section, because that's what I was trying to think. I'm like, there's so many different things, but it all falls under resources. So like if you have a video, if you have blogs, any kind of content like that it's already out there, but you can still use that as a resource, whether, let's say you put it into maybe a playlist. It's a special playlist that you can only get if you come in through this, you know, QR code or what, this ad or whatever, right? But even though it's out there for everybody to see already, but the way you put it all together and it makes more sense to handle one specific problem for them, that's a valuable resource that people will opt in and give you their email, their phone number, and they'll give you everything if you help them solve your problem.
Jorge said it correctly. Handle people's problems. The more you handle them, the more potential customers you're going to get lined up trying to buy your stuff.
Yeah, that's why you were saying, like at the beginning, if you have a PDF that has 150 pages, take just one part of that thing that handles one specific problem, not all marketing problems, let's say, or all, whatever your service is. If you're a chiropractor, you're not going to show them how to do all kinds of stretches. No, you just want to show them how to do a stretch just for the neck, just for people that sit down all day at work. This is tailor-made just for you, and I'm going to show you 3 stretches, something very simple.
Yeah. Handle your body problems is not the same as handle your terrible back pain.
Right.
Right? A specific thing. You want to approach specific things so you can actually give people a relief and get them to believe in you. Whether that's like a product that's going to help them feel entertained or have fun, or whether that's a physical problem. right? No matter what that is, give them something that they can do right away. And in a matter of like a day or less, they feel like, wow, that actually works.
Right. Yeah, because that's one of the things that with like your dad or Dr. Berg and just some of these people that have really good content, that's why we trust them, and that's why, you know, the brands do so well, because they really, you give us a piece of content and then we apply it and it really works. So now the trust is up here, and anything you recommend to me, yes, I'll do it. Your other thing that you told me to do works, you know, so
that's right.
Handle one thing.
That's
and let
right.
them get a win.
All right. Hope that answered the question that.
Yes, I think we went deep into that one. Which
that was
actually no, that was for this round.
Oh yeah, Rames Peters from YouTube. Okay,
we
great.
actually answered a couple other ones that had to do with lead gen and stuff like that. So I think we got to all of them today. But we do want to answer your guys' questions on the next one. So go ahead and drop them down below now.
This is an easy one already. Answer this one. You answer this one. It's from 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡. I got the domain at Shopify and connected with ClickFunnels for marketing. When I use the ClickFunnels page as a landing page from Facebook ads, which should I put the Facebook pixel in? Shopify or ClickFunnels or both?
Both. You're going to put the pixel wherever you're sending traffic to. That's your stable datum, as Manuel was saying right now. That's like your thing that you know is, you have to do that every time. Wherever you're sending traffic, if you want to start tracking it as best as you can, put your pixel there. If you're going to send people to Amazon, you can't do that. So, okay, fine. You know, I wouldn't recommend that. If you're trying to optimize your ads and get better and better and scale them, then you need to have the Facebook pixel wherever your traffic is going to.
Yeah, absolutely. So the answer is anywhere that you want to have traffic, that you want to send traffic, you got to have a pixel on it. It's
Right.
not one or the other, it's both of them.
Right.
You can grab the same pixel and put it everywhere. So we also took on Victor's question from Facebook, what is the best way to generate a lead? We answered that one. Okay, so let's answer this last one. Can you suggest a case or scenario of email marketing where a company would benefit from email marketing strategies?
Well,
I can suggest a scenario in which there's no scenario.
Yeah.
There's no scenario.
Our email pro back there, he's saying all of them.
Jesus is laughing about it. But by the way, I'm not making fun of Jesus. We actually have a copywriter, a genius here. His name is Jesus, all right? For anybody that feels like I'm insulting or something. It happens, it's inevitable, all right? Can you point the camera over there? Turn it around. That's Jesus right there, all right? That's Jesus, all right? He's our lead copywriter, a genius over here at AGM Marketing, all right? All right, okay, good. So I've been talking about that recently a lot, guys. The money is in the list. You gotta have a list. You gotta have email marketing. If you don't have a list, if you have a list, but you don't do any communications to that list, it's worthless, right? So there's a saying that goes like this. The money's in the list. But more than that, the money is in what you do with your list. So doing email marketing, SMS marketing is absolutely an essential part to the success of any brand out there. Yeah. There is no scenario in which a brand will not succeed with email marketing. If you generate leads of qualified prospects, you should be able to nurture them and get them down a journey in which they feel they trust you more to be able to buy your products and services.
Yeah. Then if you want to go ninja, as we like to say here, you want to start segmenting your list. So splitting them up and talking to them individually, depending on if you sell different products or different services, right? If going back to our chiropractor example, let's just say, maybe you want to talk to people that have neck pain different than if they have knee pain. You know, so you start to segment them and communicate with them differently. And also email is eventually, you know, inevitably is going to be cheaper than doing paid ads. So that's another big reason that you should always be doing email lists. And you get to control it. Your email list is your email list. You can always download it, keep it off there on your computer, desktop, or whatever. And if you need to switch to a different platform, then you can move it over there. And nobody can ever take that away from you. So build your list.
That's right. Go ahead and build your list. And that's going to do it for today, Coach.
That's it. We're signing off for today. Again, leave us your questions down below so we can get to them on the next Q&A. You can also, over here on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, just comment down below and we'll make a note of them to get to them next time.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for tuning in. And keep on conquering the marketing world. Keep on moving forward.